Alright, what's up everybody? Cash here. I'm back for my 1v1 watchers. Bringing you another video. Sorry for the huge delay. 2 weekends ago I had a pretty big inner life emergency with my new apartment. That was just like, I was literally up to like 1 o'clock in the morning dealing with it, and I just didn't have time to do my Pokemon stuff like I normally do. So I'm really far behind, but I'm gonna catch up. And then I was on vacation last week. So today we are I shouldn't say we, just me alone. That's not necessarily true. Are bringing you some Volcarona. Volcarona is one of my favorite Pokemon, probably top 5 favorite Pokemon. I think it's absolutely sick design. So awesome. I was wicked hyped when it came out. I absolutely love it. I even like its little evolve, Larvesta. Just such a sick design. Just a sick mon in general, and also extremely good. And got crazy good with heavy duty boots, but obviously it doesn't really matter in 1v1. So I've got 2 sets for you here. One of them is definitely way better than the other, but we'll still go over both of them anyway. So let's, as our normal, I'm going to try to do these a little bit quicker so there's not as long. Our normal base stats. Volcarona's got 85 base HP. This thing's like mythic, I think is like the term. So it's got really high base stats, right? Like 100 speed is super good. Like 105 special defense, super good. 135 special attack, like really good. Obviously its attack and fence aren't great. And then HP 85, which is even like pretty good. So on top of that, it's got bug fire typing, which has double weakness to rock, which isn't great, but just in general is like pretty good offensively. Hits a lot of things, and it's got really good coverage, which we'll talk about in a second. So really high base stats all around make it obviously a pretty easy choice for something that's gonna be good in 1v1. Our first set that you're going to see here is choice specs, right? Choice specs is doubles your special attack, or not doubles, 1.5 times. So, if your special attack's 10, now your special attack's 15. Makes you way stronger, gives you just a straight up just nuke of an attack. We use on the spread, you need max speed just because like our Shifu is really close to this speed, so you want to make sure that you can outspeed our Shifu. Because if you go under our Shifu speed, then you obviously will get killed. The 24 defense, I believe, is in there for maybe Zeraora. I shout out Waylaid for giving me this, but he didn't know what the defense was for. But I would say it's normally most of the sets I get are pretty well made, so I would say it's pretty safe to just put this 24 in defense. So we're running timid, almost max special attack, and you have like a crazy high special attack stat. So you can see here 364 is really high. Then our moves. So normally if you're used to playing normal tiers, overheat's not used that often, but when you're playing 1v1 and you only need 1 attack, overheat's just a superior fire move, right? It's got higher accuracy than Fire Blast and more power, so just clicking overheat is good because the drawback of lowering a special attack normally doesn't really come into play. So this is just your fire stab, just hits really hard and nukes a lot of things. Like, if you have just neutral damage on something, you want to click overheat. Overheat's probably doing a lot to them. Next we have our bug stab, bug buzz. Just the strongest special attacking bug move. It also has a pretty good secondary effect of 10% chance to lower their special defense. So if you do get into like a stall war with something that's like fat and just trying to like heal you out of bug buzzes, you should eventually at least get 1 drop, and then that might, turn your 3-hit KO into a 2-hit KO, or, just allow you to do enough damage to beat down their healing. So Psychic's in here to hit fighting types, most commonly Urshifu, which, you can surprise them. Most people will be like, oh, I'm going to shed my Urshifu Rapid Strike out against fire type, easy win, right? But wrong. Choice specs Volcarona actually does kill that unless they are Assault Vest, or obviously Choice Scarf will still beat you. Giga Drain is here to hit basically like rock types, mostly Rhyperior, It's a pretty good example of things that can hit. You can click it versus some water types, but you're not normally winning the water matchups anyway. But you could maybe try to lock somebody down with it. Obviously, if you're like versus like Primarina, right, your only choice might be try to just crit them with Great Drain. I don't even know if that would kill them, but worth a shot. So yeah, you're just running these coverage moves. They're all pretty standard. You could run Hurricane if you really wanted to, but I don't think that really gives you any other matchups that these moves don't already give you. So yes, so you're running all of that. Ability, Swarm, is pretty good because if you get put under 33%, you get way big boost to your Bug Buzz. But I don't really know how much that comes into play, but it can sometimes, depending on what's hitting you. Flame Body is also a pretty good ability, so I think both abilities would be okay for this set. Swarm is probably better, but like you could maybe get away with running Flame Body if you're trying to maybe you think that. I'm trying to think what would even be an option of the things you could hit. Maybe just any physical attack or like just hits you and get burned and you can maybe somehow win. Worth it. Could be worth it. I don't really think so. I would just run Swarm. So this is the first set. Very straightforward to use. If you're new to 1v1, this would be probably the set for you. You basically just click your moves and you kill them, and that's it. Second set is a little bit more complicated, but I think better, and one of my favorite types of sets. It is an Endure Salac Berry set. So Salac Berry, basically, when you get to below 25% or 25%, it's going to give you 1 tier of speed. So, getting that extra speed can actually kind of matter a lot in like a lot of matchups, because that will put you ahead of things that are close to your speed or like near it. Like Haxorus is a good example. Even like another Volcarona. Well, actually, Volcarona matchup doesn't matter. But really anything that's near your speed tier, getting that extra speed can be extremely good. And we're pairing up this Salac Berry with Endure. So you're gonna see a replay later of a Halucha, which is faster than me, right? Attacking me with a flying move, and I'm able to Endure, get my Salac Berry speed, and the next turn I am faster than them, so I can kill them with Overheat. When normally I wouldn't have the even chance to attack them because I would just die in one shot. So that can be pretty good. It can be also good versus like, Endure can save you some matchups where, let's say you're playing against Darmanitan and they're just clicking. I don't think Earthquake will kill you on this set. So let's say clicking like Giga Impact and you Endure, then you just win the next turn. So you've got Endure, Quiver Dance, which is one of the probably best moves in the whole game. Gives you 1 special attack, 1 special defense, 1 speed. So say you're fighting something that it can't kill you in one shot, but you're not necessarily strong enough to kill it. You can Quiver Dance once, right? And then sometimes they'll put you in Salac range. So let's say you're fighting something, a Scarf Haxorus, right? You can Quiver Dance if they hit you with whatever. You get +1 speed, but you're still slower than them. And then you get your Salac Berry, which now puts you at 2 speed, so +2 speed, so you're faster, and you can kill them with Hyper Beam. So yeah, Overheat basically just hits. It's a really strong stab move. We talked about it in the last set. It's just really powerful. And you got Hyper Beam on here for your coverage, which basically just hits anything. Like, so say you're fighting a water, any water thing, Primarina, Azumarill, which you probably aren't beating anyway, but possible. If you get really lucky. Just like any sort of water, like Urshifu. So it is worth noting that Endure does work on multi-hit moves, so Surging Strikes will not actually kill you if you're Endure, even though it's hitting you 3 times. It will keep you at 1 health, no matter what, so you don't need to worry about that. And then you click Hyper Beam, and it just, it's really strong, 150 base power, at +1 sometimes from Quiver Dance, just like goes burr and kills everything. This set is running kind of the opposite. We can afford to go modest here, because we're going to be getting the speed boost from our Berry plus Quiver Dance. So you've got this 128 speed. you know, once you get the Salic Berry, obviously you're going to get half of that, so 134, which will put you at 402 speed. Which is, you know, just faster than a lot of things in the meta. It makes you really quick. And then, you know, if you are able to quiver dance with, you know, because you have some extra defense in here that you're able to use, you know, once you get the +2 speed, you're at 520 or 30, whatever, and you're outspeeding it pretty much everything. So then you can just start killing stuff. So yeah, this set's a little bit harder to use because sometimes you need to know when to endure, when to quiver dance. You might have some mind games with endure. People know you're endure, so they'll try purposely not to hit you down low enough. So this is a little bit more of a complex like mindset to use this that you need, and it might be challenging for you if you're first starting off. But as you learn the tier more, I think this set is really good and will definitely net you more wins. So I've got a couple replays. We can just look at these in real time, and then we'll go over some teammates really quick, hopefully in the next 5 minutes, and then we'll be done here. So thank you, Barba, for helping me grab these replays. So these are just going to be specs. So like this is just an example, right? So I send my Volcarona out, say my opponent wants to go Rhyperior because they want to send a rock type out. And even with the solid rock, you know, Specs Giga Drain is just one-shotting him. That's Banded Rhyperior. So, you know, a mon that people might normally think, oh, Volcarona is fire and bug, it can't really hit Rhyperior. It just gets surprised and dies, right? Because say I was the Salic set, you know, I can't really hurt that Rhyperior with these two moves. So if my opponent doesn't know that and thinks I'm this, but I'm actually Specs, I can get a nice surprise kill on them. This is a more prominent example. Bandit or Shifu, right? You click Psychic here, and it actually just one-hit KOs them. So that's another good surprise for them, because, you know, depending on what sets you are, people might think that you can't really kill them in one shot, but realistically, you do have enough power to do it. So now these are a few I grabbed from Ladder. So this one's a little bit more of a mind gamey replay. I know it seems weird because I only have one mon, but I click Bug Buzz because I don't want to get Metal Bursted. They don't go for Metal Burst, and then I'm able to just kill them next turn with Overheat. I'm actually running a Pattaya set on this one, which is, it's just this with a different berry. Shout out Danny Doritos for that one. But I'm just running, instead of Hyper Beam, I'm running Bug Buzz, which is an option, but I think Hyper Beam is just better. But this just shows you that being able to switch moves is good, because let's say I couldn't switch moves here, and I had to lock myself, and I clicked Overheat. You know, I can just lose to Mirror Coat. You can just lose to, you know, any like sturdy mons like a Magnezone. That could be a losing matchup for you if they're, let's say, Weakness Policy, you know, whatever, and they just kill you. So you need to be a little bit careful, and that's why having the ability to change moves can be nice. This one is a really good replay of using the Pattaya, or not the Pattaya, the Salic Berry the right way, right? He outrages because of my defense investment. I'm able to live, get my Salic Berry, which gives me +1 speed. I Quiver Dance, which gives me +2 speed. So now I'm faster. I'm able to click Hyper Beam at +1, and boom. You know, that's probably something that was a surprise to him, that he didn't think that Haxorus, or he or she didn't think Haxorus could lose this, but you know, that's where the Salic comes into play and can be really strong. This is another replay versus, like, this person's actually really high on the ladder, right? 1623, so this can show you how high on the ladder this set can work. I'm able to pick my Volcarona here. This is what I was talking about earlier, right? Halucha, which you can see right here, 368 speed. Faster than me, but using Endure, you know, I'm able to always survive the Brave Bird. Puts me into my Salic range, I get my speed boost, and then I'm able to click Overheat and knock the Halucha out. So like, that's a matchup that you would normally lose, but instead you're able to win because of your item. So now that we have that, let's talk about, you know, what are some good counters to Volcarona. So, you know, things like Crustle can be really strong, because Volcarona doesn't really have any good way of beating them. So, you know, rock moves in general are really strong. So Sock, you know, can be good because it has Rock Tomb. and Volcarona needs multiple turns to hit Sock, so because of 30. So like Sock is really good, Crustle is really good. Assault Vest Viperior, I actually don't know if that lives specs or not, but you know that can beat this Alex set depending on what move you click. You know, any really like big special wall. So let's talk about Chansey. You know, is Volcarona can't really get past Chansey even with Quiver Dance. It has a really hard time. Normally, just like, you know, water things, Primarina can be a pretty good answer. Really difficult for Volcarona to get by like a especially bulky water type. So there's a lot of pretty good things. I mean, Scarf or Shifu can beat specs, but you know, can't always beat Salic. Actually, yeah, I think never mind. That's a lie. It does beat Salic. Because you'll still be faster with your Scarf. So, you know, Scarf or Shifu could be a good answer. Things with Assault Vest can be a good answer because sometimes, you know, if you're not expecting Assault Vest, you might not be able to kill everything in one shot. So there's some things that just, you know, beat you in general. Water, rock types mostly. So what would be good partners for Volcarona? So obviously, you know, if you're weak to water types, Zeraora is extremely strong right now, and on top of that, Zeraora, depending on what moves you run, can actually, like, you know, it can beat Sock, depending on what sets you are, things like that. So anything that can beat rock types is pretty good. So Chilean Primarina can be really strong, you know, which is able to just like, or not Chilean Primarina, just like the bulkier one that can, like, you know, take the hits from Crustle, like Rock Wrecker, and take the hits from Rhyperior, like any like bulky water that can eat rock attacks is pretty good. Like Primarina is a good partner because it can beat, you know, it can beat Sock, it can beat Crustle, it can beat you can even beat some opposing Primarinas. It's got a lot of pretty good options. So on top of that, Azumarill can be pretty strong partner. So like water, and then, you know, that gives you a good start to Fire, Water, Grass Core. So normally water types pretty good with this. You basically need to just beat rock types and beat opposing water types. So, you know, you can use electric, you can use water. A lot of pretty good strong mons that are good partners that you can just pair with this. So yeah, that's all. Hope you guys enjoy using Volcarona. It's really cool and fun to ladder with. Leave a sub if you haven't already, and I will catch you guys next time. Thanks and peace.